I've pretty much got most of the actual dimensions done. The next step is to come in here and get a couple more critical dimensions if I can find them. This one that I'm looking at right here is the bottom of the bearing hole, excuse me, or bushing hole. So what I'm going to do now is go back, like in my sketch, I'm going to place a point right there at the base of that, and I will come out and get my smart dimension and go from here. Actually, we'll start from here and go up to this point and come across. So I'll move this dimension over so it's clearly seen. Now, a lot of judges will also second guess to make sure that you're doing the same for both the front and the back. So I'll go ahead and put one as well on the front here at the bottom of the bushing / axle hole. So we'll smart dimension that piece there from here to that point we just placed right there and come out. And so that way the judges can see that you have the same actual measurements. Notice the yellow line that pops up. The yellow line allows us to orient our dimensions at the same place. Now probably the only last one I'll do is come back here in the back. I'll do an angle dimension of the actual CO2 cartridge hole, so that way it can be seen that I put it in, actually not CO2 cartridge hole, but the eye hook, so you can be seen at 45 degrees. And I can adjust that dimension down. Let's see, we'll try to get one more here, which would probably be this one. I don't know if it'll dimension off of this arc. No, it will not. So that's okay. We can still come back and place a point off of this line here by extending it out to here, and we'll put one there and then dimension the reverse side here from that point to that point, and that shows a distance of 28. Really we need an angular dimension, so I'll try to get away from that point and go more towards this, and it'll be a reverse angle, which the judge will automatically know to calculate that at 135 degrees. Okay, we pretty much got all of the dimensions in we need at this time. What we need to do now is to go ahead and draft a border around the actual drawing. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of the dimensions here, and I'm going to go ahead and place a line up here, and I'll just start at this corner and I'll come down here. Now what I'll do is escape that, and I'll zoom up and I'll place a point out here in space, and then I'll go and set a dimension from there over to this edge, as you see here. Actually, I'll have to place another point, so let's do that. So I'll place a point directly on that line, edge of the paper, and then go back to smart dimension, and we'll try to dimension these in. Okay, now it's set at 22.0916 millimeters. So we actually need to make that half of an inch. So that would be, we'll take 25.4, divide that by 2, and that will give us actually a half an inch. So what we need to do now is take this line here and dimension it off that same point we had just placed in right there. So I'll place that point right there, and that's at 18.0839. We'll set that up to 12.7 millimeters, 0.7 millimeters, and that moves the line in. Oh, look, we have a problem there. We'll fix that. Let's do a Control Z. We'll go back to that one point, right mouse click, and we'll fix that, which means lock it into place. Now let's go ahead and change that dimension to 12.7 millimeters. So it moves the line over at 12.7 millimeters. Okay, now at this time I'm going to do the same thing on the opposite side. I'll come up to where my top line was there. I'll come down and try to get where the dotted line comes across to this. We'll escape that. We'll go place us a point on this line right there. We'll right mouse click and fix that point. Actually, it'll stop here. I think I may have missed the edge of the page. Yes, I did. I'll delete that. Place another point here. Right mouse click, and we'll try to find a place to fix that. There's the fix command there. Okay, now we'll go back to smart dimension, and we'll dimension this in here as well. Again, we'll zoom out. I think that's going to be 12.7 millimeters. Yes, it is. We'll pull that dimension down. We actually don't need those dimensions anymore once we know we got the line in there. You hit the F key, we'll go ahead and zoom up out to the extent of the drawing. We'll delete the other dimensions. It's not important to delete the points, because those points are actually used to measure the drawing and stuff. Those points will not plot. or print when we print the drawing. So same thing again for the top. We'll put a point in. We'll go and right mouse click and see if we can fix that point just like there. We'll zoom up on this. Actually, we're a little off that edge, so let's just go ahead and do a Control Z and remove that. Go back to point. We'll place it right here. Right mouse click, fix that point. Hit the F key to zoom out. We'll go back to the line command and we'll just start putting a line. We'll just go somewhere up about, let's zoom way up on this because I don't know if I'm ½ inch off or not. We'll come all the way across to right here and zoom up. Use your middle mouse button, and wherever your mouse is located, it's going to zoom from that point using your middle mouse button. So now we'll go back to our point. We'll place another dimension in, as you see here. We'll place that in, again, 12.7 millimeters. We'll hit the F key to zoom out. We'll accept that dimension first, then F key to zoom out. Looks pretty good. And I'll show you how to connect these lines here. Let's go to the bottom. And on the bottom we're going to place, okay, I went ahead and placed another line in after I removed the other two. And I went ahead and anchored down that one point, as you see right here. So with that anchored, I'm going to come up here and do a smart dimension off of this. And it says 17.729. So again, we're going to key in 12.7, which is ½ inch on the millimeters. Now with that done, I'll go ahead and come up here to offset entities, and I'm going to key in a distance of say 24.5 divided by 3, and I will select this line right there, and it shows you a preview of what that's going to look like. So with it previewed, let's go ahead and key that in again. 25.4 divided by 3. Let's see what that gives us. Is this 8.46? We'll probably want to make that larger. Let's go ahead and just key in 18.7, and that'll increase the size. What we need this area actually for here is our title block. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and make it a full inch so I can see that. 24.5. That looks a lot better. Okay, so we'll accept that. And now we have our lines drawn in for our borders. But we've got to go ahead and connect these lines. We'll go back to trim entities, and we can take our two corner commands here, and we'll connect this one with that one, and then we'll take this one and connect it to this one as well. We'll come around here on this side and do this one to there. We'll zoom out, come up to this corner here, select that one and this one, and that rounded up those corners or squared up those corners, and the same here. Now with that done, let's get out of power entities, trim entities, and let's come up here to the middle. And what we're going to do now is we're going to draw a line from this point here up to the top. And with that drawn in, I'll go ahead and set a distance of 8.25. Actually, yeah, we'll do that. 8.25. So we'll say 8.5 inches from that one side. Okay, so that moved that one line over, so that's not good. Let's do a Control Z. Go back here. We'll snap on that line there, and we'll fix that line in place. Now let's go back and try to clean up that dimension. We'll get rid of it. Okay, to clean up that dimension and to get the correct distance from here over to this side, what we're going to do is we'll go to our measure command under the evaluate tab. We'll move this a little bit out of the way, and we'll select this line here, and we'll come over and select that line there. And what we're going to do at this point is we're going to highlight that normal distance, as you can see right here, 838. We're going to copy that here, and then we'll go back, do a right mouse click, go to select. We'll zoom up to this line right here. We'll double click on it, on that dimension. We'll do a Control V and paste that in there, and then we'll say divided that by 2. And so what that'll do is it'll send it out to 419 millimeters, which is half of the distance. Now with that selected, we'll go ahead and get rid of the dimension commands and get rid of the measure commands. We'll go back to sketch, go back to trim entities, and what we're going to do at this point in time is we'll go ahead and zoom up on this, and we will trim. First of all, we're going to get rid of some of these dimensions here.